Welcome back everybody to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. On AMD, it's down 3.77%, so AMD came down to 162.91, but into closing again holding 164. Now, what I said last night, this is exactly what we got. AMD pulling back, going slightly under the support 164. And when I saw Nvidia was pumping again this morning from that sell-off, guess what? I thought AMD would do the same thing. So got into some calls at 163.49, 170 calls. Not a lot of money we made, but it was decent. This thing got up to 166, and now again holding the support 164 and trading at 165. So going into tomorrow's session, 164 will be a key level, and below that, watch out for a dump off down to 20 SMA 158, and then this gap 153.49. As long as AMD can hold right here at 164, the next stop 173.31 on AMD, and possibly coming all the way up to 184. But that is definitely something to watch with Nvidia stock, because if that stock actually selling off, you're not going to see AMD coming up here, and this thing can sell off all the way down to this gap 153.49. On Apple, stock is absolutely flat on the day, and Apple again getting up to close to 193, 192.25, and came back and now holding 190. And look at the Bollinger Band on top now coming down. So that means one thing, unless Apple actually holds 190, then this thing can go up to 198, maybe even a fresh new all-time high. If not, very soon there is going to be a trend change on Apple stock. If this thing takes out 192 right here, 189, 13 SMA on this daily time frame, this orange line, in that case, there will be a shift in the tone on Apple stock, and you're going to see selling down to 185.74, rising 20 SMA, and then right here at 183, and we do have this massive gap down here. So at some point, it's going to be down here to close this gap. So watch out. If you're a bull, it needs to stay above 190. In that case, you're going to see continuation to the upside, 193 to 198, and maybe even fresh new all-time high. And if you're a bear here on Apple stock, then you need to see Apple getting under 190 to 189, 13 SMA, and in that case, you're going to see selling down to 185.74, 183, 180, 177, and then this gap, 173.42. On Meta, it's down 1.16%, so Meta not able to close this gap at 484, again pulling back today and closing above rising 13-day moving average 472.48. So that's going to be your line in the sand for tomorrow. And just below that, we also have support at 470, and then 20 SMA 467.85. And below this 20-day moving average, you're going to see a dump off down to 452 and even lower. Now to the upside. It's holding these moving averages right here. So as long as Meta can stay above 472, watch out for this gap to get filled at 485.58 and possibly can retest 490. On Amazon stock, it's absolutely flat on the day, and just when you think Amazon breaking out of this downtrend, guess what? Getting a rejection, and now same thing, it's back below this resistant trend line and not over 182, 183. Got up to 184, but you can see the rejection here on Amazon, and now it's trading at 182. So for tomorrow's session, there will be support here on Amazon at 180 and resistance at 185, and we can clear that, then watch out for more continuation to the upside. But looks like this is it. This might be it on Amazon, and it's due for a pullback, at least in the short term. I'm not talking about a massive pullback. We can definitely afford a pullback on Amazon down to this gap 173, and that can happen really easily right here on Amazon unless we get that breakout from this resistant trend line, and this thing can go above 183 and then possibly can take out also the resistance here on top 185. Then definitely it's gonna look more bullish for a move back up to 190. Until then, I think there is a chance where this thing can come down to 173.92. On Google, stock is down 0.35%, so Google again holding 176, and that is holding so far, guys. Again for today, 176.26, low for the day, went back up, and now pretty much flat on the day. So Google actually takes out 176, then there will be support at 173.55, 170, and then 165.65. As long as Google stays above 176, the next stop 180 and then 181.46 on Google. On Microsoft, it's down 0.27%, so we saw some selling here on Microsoft. But if you look at my screen, this thing came down, went back up to 430 plus again today. And into closing, yes, it's not a big sell-off, but something interesting happening on Microsoft. We're definitely below this all-time high, which is above 430. So that is looking in the right direction for bears for more downside, and this thing can come down to 13 SMA, 424, and maybe even 420 early as tomorrow. 420 gives up, there will be support at 416, 413, and do not forget about this gap down here just under 400. Now to the upside, if we can actually get that breakout over 430 again, and this previous all-time high can hold as a support, now that's going to be a big resistance on Microsoft. So if you can actually hold 430 plus right here on Microsoft, then watch out for continuation back up to 433 to even 439 on Microsoft. On Tesla, stock is down 0.32%, so Tesla same move just like yesterday, came down to 173, went back up to 178, and again trading in between these 3-4 moving averages right here. We do have strong support 50 SMA down here at, I would say, 172, 171.76 to be exact, and we do have resistance here on top, and that is around 178. These three moving averages, 20, 5, and 13. So Tesla breaks out over 178 and also takes out 183. That should take Tesla all the way up to 200. Also, Bollinger Bands are squeezing, so I'm telling you guys, a big move on Tesla might be coming very soon, because you don't see these Bollinger Band squeezes on a stock, every time. And whenever that happens, usually, for the most cases, breaks out to the upside. But I don't know about Tesla, whether, we get a breakout to the upside. But yes, things are looking promising. 50 SMA holding so far. So watch out. 178 breaks. Then watch out for 183, and above 183, Tesla definitely on a big breakout for a run all the way back up to 200. Below 172, watch out for the critical support at 168, and then all the way down here 152, and then this gap 147.26. On Netflix, it's up 0.87%, so this was a fantastic trade, and I'm still holding, guys. Today got in at 664, getting some puts on Netflix, and so far that is a $10 move I caught. I don't know about tomorrow, I don't know where this thing will open, but I'm green here on Netflix, and looks like we might be pulling back down to 630. Now, for my confirmation, for that to happen, it needs to get under 645. If that happens, you're going to see 630, and guess what? This thing will pay a lot of money if that happens. So I'm holding a swing position on Netflix, and now there will be support at 645 and below that 630. As long as Netflix above 645, watch out for a move back up to another fresh new all-time high, and that could be 672, or at least in this case a new 52-week high, because all-time highs over 700. So this thing can go up to 700, don't get me wrong, but looks like it's pulling back. It's getting exhausted from this big run up here to the upside, and now with the market, things could be cooling off here on Netflix. And if that happens, puts are going to print this week or maybe next week on Netflix. We just need a pullback. So far caught a $10 move, and now with this $2.51, that is a $12, $13 move to the downside. If I can catch another 12 to 13, maybe even 20, that is going to be awesome on Netflix, and those puts are going to pay. On Nvidia, stock is up 0.81%. So Nvidia, despite the sell-off and everything that is happening in the market, well, I hate to say it, guys, another fresh new all-time high on Nvidia stock, and nothing is stopping this trend for going up to that 3 trillion market cap, and that can happen anytime. I think that is the goal from the CEO, to go over $3 trillion market cap and possibly can take over Microsoft. And if that happens, well, this is the number one stock. And so far, even though if you look at the market cap, and this one is not there, it's not $3 trillion yet. But this stock here running the show, right? Microsoft can go down, Apple can go down, they can go up. Who cares? Nvidia goes down 10%. Well, market has got to go down, right? Right away. It does not matter what Jay Powell says, what the inflation numbers are, and what the catalyst is. Nvidia is the stock market right now. And I think you will all agree that that is the way things are happening in the market right now. Not like back in the days where we saw correction or decent pullback on a stock where stock is running really high and then we see a pullback. Well, in this case, we got a pullback here. It was down 10% one day. And next thing you know, we got this hammer candle and gone. Fresh new all-time high, which is insane. So for tomorrow, Nvidia, there will be support at 1120 down to 1100. 1068, and then this gap 1064 to the upside, blue sky above, and can easily go up to 1200. And if that happens, we might be getting up to that market cap, which is gonna be $3 trillion. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching.